Hello everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we are going back up to Gifford Pinchot National Forest. We're going to be talking about another disappearance that occurred back in 2015 when a man named Glen Austin Oldfield, a 39-year-old man from Louisville, Kentucky, had set out for the park. He was planning a 2-week hiking and camping trip throughout Gifford Pinchot National Forest. He was very excited about this trip. He had told both his friends, family, his fiance. Before we get started, I'd ask if you please consider subscribing. It's free. It really helps out the channel a lot. All my efforts with search and rescue research, helping other teams, as well as getting back into the field. In my last video, I covered several cases of missing hikers and campers in this same national forest. At the end, I told you that there are still dozens of cases of missing people in the forest and around the area. This is one of them. Let's take a look at the map just to give you an idea of where it is. Glen had entered the park in more of the southwestern part in the Lone Butte area. Glen went by his middle name of Austin, so that's what we'll be calling him. Here is a picture of Austin. He has a big bushy beard and mustache, at least he did at the time, blue eyes, brown hair, roughly 5'6". He is a glasses wearer, but possibly could be wearing contacts. He was known to usually wear some jewelry, a silver ring with gold plating, which he typically wore on his left middle finger or his thumb. I'll have a picture right here. He had left his house in Louisville, Kentucky around September 10th of that year, 2015. At the time, he had a job he liked, he was in a band which he really liked. He had every intention of coming back. He was also engaged. This is the area of which we know he was camping in and around when he first got to Gifford Pinchot National Forest. In his initial communications, he was having a good time, things were going well. He did state, though, that there was very little to no cell reception where he was and through the areas of the forest that he had gone through thus far. His girlfriend last heard from him via text on September 17th of that year, 2015. In this very brief text conversation, he said that he was doing well. He was going to be doing more hiking and camping. He was going to be off the grid and in areas that didn't have cell service. He told her that he was going to contact her on October 1st, which was roughly 2 weeks away. When he failed to get in touch with his fiancée as planned, that was when she reported him missing, which was on October 2nd of 2015. This launched a massive and very extensive search in this area. The only knowledge that the authorities and the search and rescue teams had at the time was from that text message. They knew that he had been in the Lone Butte area of the forest. They also knew that his girlfriend had said that he was planning on heading west. The search and rescue teams concentrated their search on the Lone Butte area. At one point, they had over 100 volunteers, a dozen different search dog teams, various agencies assisting with the search and rescue, including the Skamania County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Silver Star Search and Rescue Group. Here is another picture to give you an idea of scale. These are mountains and terrain in the area, looking down from a helicopter point of view. As you can see, that's a very bright yellow tent. You can see it. As you can see, the other tent, which is much smaller and a different color, is definitely harder to see, as well as it blends in with the rocks. They did try and ping his cell phone. Unfortunately, because there's limited to no service in the park, that didn't prove to be of any use. At the time, Skamania County Undersheriff Pat Bond was in charge of the search. They had plans to keep the search going even though conditions continued to hinder their search, just like in the past ones. Snow, rain, very cold temperatures, as well as this being some of the most rugged and difficult terrain in the entire country. These are various pictures from the area as well as the search. The case did get some media coverage. A few articles in the local papers. Unfortunately, after roughly 2 weeks of intensive search, they had found no clues as well as no trace of Austin, aside from finding his black Saturn, which was located on October 13th of that year, 2015, at the entrance of Gifford Pinchot National Forest in southern Washington. Here's another picture of Austin. Sadly, the family really didn't have any answers. They didn't have any clues, anything to go on, until they had a lead given by 2 hunters that say they had run into Austin. They were sure that it was him. They said that he was disoriented. He seemed to be a little bit confused. He told them that he was lost. He was looking for the road. The hunters said that they would be happy to take him back out to the main road. This occurred in an area north of the town of Carson, but south of the Lone Butte area of the park. They wanted to actually physically take him up to the road out of the woods because they said that he seemed pretty disoriented. Then all of a sudden, Austin just ran off back into the forest. They're quoted in saying they think that maybe he just got spooked and thought they maybe were going to hurt him or something, which they had no intention to do. They were just trying to help him. That was the only clue that the family had to go on. They had nothing else. It was over a year before the family got any information. Then his sister, Pamela, finally heard from the Skamania County Sheriff's Office roughly a year and a half later that a father and daughter had been traveling through that area. They said that Austin had flagged them down and they had given him a ride to the Indian Heaven Berry Fields. I'm going to have maps and pictures to show you. This is an area which is close to the town of Trout Lake. Here's a general map of the area, some pictures to show you the area of Indian Heaven Berry Fields, as well as where Trout Lake is located. The daughter driving in the vehicle that Austin was picked up in actually took a picture of Austin. This confirmed that it was in fact the right person. The initial excitement subsided though, as this being possibly a good lead, because the time frame of this sighting and them giving him a ride all took place within a couple weeks of him originally going missing. The father and daughter that had given him this ride had no idea that he was a missing person. In fact, they didn't even come to realize it until over a year after he went missing. Hence the reason that they went into the Skamania County Sheriff's Office and shared the information. On the flip side, the father and daughter said that Austin never mentioned anything about his vehicle, about being on this camping trip. They basically said the same thing as the hunters. They said that he told them that he was lost, he seemed very disoriented, they were just trying to help him. Which they did. They drove him from a very remote area to an area in the direction of Trout Lake. I'm going to try and have these maps showing you from the direction they picked him up, then into where the area of Trout Lake is. This also explained to the authorities, as well as the search and rescue teams, why their initial search led to no clues. At his campsite east of Lone Butte Snow Park, there was nothing found because he had already left that area and was nowhere near it. The family has said that since Austin went missing, there have been so many sightings, rumors, many that are incorrect. They are just looking for hope and more accurate information. This is why I'm always asking you to share these stories and cold cases with other people. An example, that daughter and father that gave Austin a ride, they had no idea that he was a missing person. Had they known, this case would have turned out much different. Sadly, Austin still remains missing to this day. If anyone watching has any information about the disappearance of Austin Oldfield or his whereabouts, please contact the Skamania County Sheriff's Office at 509-427-9490. Some other things to look for: Austin does apparently have some scars on his right arm, as well as healed fractures from a past motorcycle accident. It's very possible that Austin is still alive. He could be suffering from some kind of amnesia. Yes, it's possible that he just didn't want to come back. The odds don't favor it. He had a fiance, a job he liked, he was in a band, a family who loved him and still loves him and is still looking for answers, looking for clues, any information that could possibly lead to his whereabouts. Please share this video or Austin's story with as many people as you can. His sister described him as a pretty unconventional type of guy, a very nice guy, a very friendly guy. They miss him, they want him back, they want to know what happened to him. I will have all the information in the description for the authorities, as well as sources if you want to do further research or reading on this case. It is still an active, open investigation, agency case number 15-08119 under the Skamania County Sheriff's Office. As I said, please share this video with as many people as you can, or at least Austin's story. I'd like to dedicate this video to Austin Oldfield, his family, his friends, all his loved ones, the Skamania County Sheriff's Office, as well as all the search and rescue teams and volunteers, and everyone who's still working to find Austin and bring him home. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, your comments, your feedback. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me to the end. I really appreciate it. I love hearing from you all, so please leave me a comment with your thoughts, your feedback on this case or any other case. If you have any video or case suggestions, you can either leave me a comment or send me an email. Although, like I said, I'm about a month behind on my emails. I do apologize about that. I am getting caught up. Right now, the best way would just be to leave me a comment. The holiday advent calendar giveaway is coming up soon. I'm going to be doing that drawing probably sometime next week. So if you want to be entered into that, all you need to do is leave me a comment saying you want to be entered into the drawing. Maybe give me some feedback on this video or another video. I wanted to say thank you again for all my subscribers, everyone for watching, everyone who's donated, all your support. It means the world to me and I thank you so much. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. See you in the next one.